Hello, children. Welcome to the class. Today we will do the sixth chapter from the book First Flight. The story The Hundred Dresses, Part 2 by Bsor Ester. The story is about Wanda Petronsky. Wanda, being a Polish girl among Americans, looked different. She was teased by the girls in a school for having a long and funny name. She was bullied by Peggy and Maddie for claiming to have 100 dresses at home. Despite this constant bullying, Wanda remained calm. Now, the story. While the class was circling the room to look at Wanda's drawings, the monitor brought a note from the principal's office to Miss Mason, the teacher. Miss Mason was troubled to read it. Then she asked the children to pay attention. She told the children that the note was a letter from Wanda's father. Miss Mason, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. Everybody listened closely to Miss Mason read the brief note. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jack also. Now we move away to big city. No more Huller Palak, no more ask why funny name, plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jane Petronsky. So in the letter, Mr. Petronsky stated that they had moved to a big city. So Wanda and her brother Jack would not come to the school. The note had an indirect complaint. It said that no one would make fun of her name and call her Holo Palak because there would be many funny names and foreigners like her in the big city. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. The whole class was troubled at Wanda's leaving the school. Everybody felt ashamed of their behavior towards Wanda. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse, she was cowed. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? So Maddie could not focus on her studies. She felt that her behavior was as bad as Peggy's. It was, in fact, worse. She was thinking of if something could be done. She was deeply affected by the letter. She regretted her behavior and blamed herself for not helping Wanda. She wanted to apologize to Wanda. She wanted to tell Wanda that she had never meant to hurt her feelings. If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She decided that she must do something and find Wanda Petronsky. She, Maddie, had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. So she decided that she must do something and find Wanda. She might be still there at her house. She hoped Peggy would go with her and they would tell Wanda that she had won the contest. They would say that she was smart and the 100 dresses that she designed were beautiful. After school, Peggy and Maddie decided to go to Bogenside to visit Wanda's house. On the way, Peggy told that she never had called her a foreigner or made fun of her name. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly. I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they would find Wanda. Maddie spoke nothing on the way. All she hoped was they would find Wanda. She'd tell her that they were being sorry. They would request her not to move away, and they would fight anybody who was not nice. When they reached Wanda's house, they found it was old but clean, just like her dress. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. They knocked at the door, but there was no answer. The Petronskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? So the Petronskis had already left. While returning, Peggy told Maddie that teasing Wanda about her dresses actually helped her. She also added that it was because of her asking about the dresses that Wanda used to get the ideas for her dress designs. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she's gone now. So, what can we do besides? When I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. That night, Marie could not sleep. She thought about Wanda. As she was unable to sleep, she sat up in the bed and started thinking. This was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up, even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. She had no way of making things right with Wanda. But from now on, she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. So, after long, she took an important decision. She was never going to stand by and say nothing to anyone. If she heard anyone treated unkindly because of a strange name, she would speak up. Should not worry even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. Should never make anybody unhappy again. On Saturday, both Maddie and Peggy wrote a friendly letter to Wanda telling her about the contest and that she had won. They praised her drawings and asked if she liked the new place. In a way, they were feeling sorry. They mailed the letter to Borgin's Height, writing please forward on the envelope. Days and weeks passed, but there was no reply. Peggy had started forgetting Wanda, but Maddie went on thinking about Wanda. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night, making speeches about Wanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her. The Christmas time arrived. The classroom was decorated with Christmas tree. The teacher showed Wanda's letter to the class. The letter stated her feelings for room 13. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I'd like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. So she expressed her love for all of them. She offered to give the drawing of the green dress to Peggy and the blue one to Maddie. She wished them happy Christmas. Wanda's letter expressed her love for her classmates and respect for her teacher. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held the drawings very carefully. Maddie was upset because she would never see Wanda again. She felt sad because she knew she'd never see the little tight lipped polished girl again. She went home and pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. So, she pinned her drawing on the wall. Looking at the drawing, she thought that Wanda had been nice to her. Suddenly, she noticed that the head and the face of the drawing, it was Maddie herself. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. It looked like her. Really looked like her own self. Wanda had really drawn this for her. So, looking at the drawings, she thought that Wanda had been nice to her, and suddenly she noticed the head and the face of the drawing. It was Maddie herself. She was so happy, she ran to Peggy's house. She showed the drawing to Peggy and then noticed that the drawing which Peggy had looked like Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. So it made them believe that Wanda liked both of them. Thus, both the girls realized Wanda liked them very much, even though they had teased her. Thus, Wanda won the hearts of her classmates. I hope you liked the story. Thank you.